Hello for everyone. This is the video corresponding to the task number 6, Perish the Dog. Let's begin. In this work, an analysis is made of a serious problem that has been debated for a long time. The legalization of drugs. From this point of view, factors such as increased drug consumption, addiction, psychological problems, and physical symptoms presented by the families of addicts. In addition to car accident, theft, violence, and crime increase, which why its legalization should not be approved. Sincerely, I feel enormous regret about what is happening in a country with a high economic boom, the problem of the legalization of drugs. Here, the emphasis generally focuses on addictive behaviors that lead to the degradation of the social and psychological spheres or to the health disorders of the subject. While the initial use of a drug is voluntary, the addictive state is the consequence of a cause brain changes that are repeated with each episode relapse of administration of the substance and finally lead to modification that lasts over time. In this slide are exposed the main causes of drug addiction. Many people do not understand why or how people become addicted to drugs. They may mistakenly think tattoos or how ways drugs lack moral principles or willpower and that they can stop using drugs simply or making the decision to stop. In reality, drug addiction is a complex disease and stopping drug use usually requires more than good intention or strong will. Therefore, the causes of drug addiction are as the following. Family history. If one of the family members has his problem, it is most likely that it will transcend to the others. Mental disorders. People who suffer from serious mental disorders such as bipolar, schizophrenia, and antisocial personality disorder are known to be more likely to use drugs. Lack of control or emotional immaturity. On many occasions, the person becomes addicted to same type of drugs almost without realizing it since they begin consuming drugs in a recreational way without calculating the long-term consequences of his type of behavior. Anxiety. People who have suffered from anxiety disorders can try to escape these unpleasant sensations with two substances that depress the nervous system, such as cannabis. Depression. People who suffer from depression sometimes desperately resort to the substance that relieve their discomfort and allow them to escape for a time from a reality that is difficult for them to accept and manage. Psychological and physical problems presented families of addicts. Deterioration of family relationships. In general, when a dependency process is established, the social area of the consumer can be greatly affected, generating various alterations in the field. family problems, difficulties in relationships with other friends, relationships and cohabitation problems, school and work conflicts, legal problems. Drugs act on neurotransmitters, altering and disturbing their current functioning, affecting behavior, mood, or perception. Drugs and or neurotransmitters altering and disturbing the current functioning. Physical health problems. The drugs can caused by problems with alteration to the cardiac on the affectation, permanence of the brain, etc. Behavioral and school performance problems impeding children with drug addiction problems. Due to little attention to the child's development during childhood and adolescence due to parental abuse, it harms their personal growth and puts their physical and psychological integrity as right of the child or the adolescents, considering that the fundamental role is raising children is the family. Aggression or violent behavior. Among the risks presented by children of people addicted to drugs or alcohol are the following: cognitive alteration, low academic performance, poor reasoning, attention and concentration, among others, violent behavior, imitation of behavior. Addictive emotional destabilization, low esteem, insecurity, for example, poor family dynamics and relationships. For last, legal issues. The person with consuming drugs can, for example, be arrested or fined for inappropriate behavior in society. Seeing a symptom of sustained addiction, uncontrolled delivery. This technique is called craving, which is common as the urge to consume a drug. It is characterized by an intense desire to consume a substance if not carried out, produces powerful physical and or mental suffering. In addictive disorders, it is common for the craving to appear with different levels of intensity and relevance. Having it is a common cause of release. That person quickly notices that the consuming the substance relieves stress and adverse emotional state. The relief of stress and depression through substance use can induce classical conditioning, so that craving becomes a constant response to stress and negative moods. Loss of control. Repeat use of alcohol or drugs, including benzodiazepines, can cause a clinical condition known as withdrawal syndrome. And, and additions, we could know this very well. When a person drinks alcohol or takes cocaine, the central nervous system undergoes a series of biochemical changes of the result of the interaction with the same substances. Somehow, the brain adapts to these changes. We can translate into the appearance in addiction such as alcoholism or drug addiction. Tolerance. Of the other lands, that substances have a marked capacity to generate tolerance. That is to say, the repeat use of alcohol or drugs means gradually needing more of them so as to not lose that balance that the central nervous system develops. This process can take years or even decades of evaluation until it's absolutely evident. Abstinence syndrome and abandonment of activities. The person tends to put aside their studies, their hobbies, and other things that they are passionate about due to apathy or lack of interest in them. Last point, the denial. The denial is not recognizing that you about uh, you have an addiction problem or ignoring it completely. Among the forms of denial we have the following. Simple denial. It is the modality that we most easily identify. It consists of denying the existence of the negative consequence that addiction has on daily life. Justification. By justifying, the addict finds an argumentative explanation for the addiction. Based on facts or situations, to convince himself that dependency is the only way. Rationalization. Along with, along with justification, it consists of giving arguments to the dependency to make it logical when it is not. Minimization. It is basically downplaying the negative consequences of addiction as if they did not have the real impact they have. Futurization. It is Daniel is considering as an possible escape. The addict sees the future as a way to about thinking or analyzing the present. Live to for a tomorrow that will never come the possibility of escapage addiction. Treatment for drug addiction. The road to recovery from addiction is often long and complex. For this reason, the implementation of group therapy is recommended to help the patient and his family recover their normal life. Additionally, there are four phases of treatment for addictions, such as the disintoxication, dishabituation, rehabilitation, and reintegration. The reintegration involves return home, in some cases to a new home in another city and with other friends to rebuild your life. This is the final stage of the process and is carried out during the last months of treatment in outpatient centers. Its basically consisted in putting into practice all those strategies that have been learned during the previous phase with the assistance or support of individual, family, and group therapy. Freedom to use drugs. Prohibition and illegality have enormous social costs. Dangerous consumption because people would know they are using. Unsafe environment, stigma, criminalization, repression, imprisonment of marginalized people will subside on the marijuana economy, enormous expenses of the judicial system and police resource, violence associated with illegality, among others. Project for the regularization of marijuana. In the case of the cultivation, up to 20 plants would be allowed, with in this case involve not be necessary to have a CIF certification, while in terms of dispensaries, establishment that can store, distribute at retail and sell to the public the cannabis. It is made clear that they can the public or private, but the public must adquire 15% the marijuana from small and medium producers. Bye. Thank you very much for your attention.